Chapter 6. Booster Seats. Use a booster seat only when your child has outgrown the height or weight limit of the forward-facing car seat. Your child must be at least 40 pounds or 18 kilograms to ride in a booster seat. Use a booster seat until the seat belt fits your child correctly, around age 9. Seat belts are made to fit people who are at least 4 feet 9 inches or 145 centimeters tall. A booster seat lifts your child up so that the seat belt fits correctly. Dr. Andrew Howard is a surgeon at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. He tells us why children need booster seats.
This crash simulation shows what happens to a small child who is in an adult-sized seat belt. Better off belted in than not belted in, but this is a seat belt that doesn't fit, and during the crash the child has excess motion, more than they should have, and that leads to a documented increase in the risk of severe head injuries, of injuries to the abdominal organs, of spinal fractures, and of paralysis from damage to the spinal cord. For children age 4 to 9, using a booster seat prevents all of these kinds of injuries. What a booster seat does is it moves the child so that the adult size lap belt fits properly across the strong bones of the pelvis, which can absorb the crash forces. And the shoulder belt fits properly across the chest, which again can absorb the crash forces. And that way, in the same kind of crash, you have an uninjured child instead of a badly injured child. That's what booster seats are for.
Let's see an example of how to install a booster seat. First, read your booster seat instruction booklet for all the steps you need to take to install your child's booster seat. The back seat is the safest place to install your child's booster seat. Use a high back booster seat if your car does not have adjustable head restraints or high seat backs. It protects your child's head and neck. If your car has adjustable head restraints or high seat backs, you can choose a no-back booster seat. Booster seats don't use harness straps. They use the car's seat belt to hold your child and the booster seat in place in a crash or a sudden stop. You must use your booster seat with the lap and shoulder belt. You cannot use the booster seat with the lap belt only. If you are using a booster seat that can also be used as a forward-facing car seat, check your car seat instruction booklet for how to store the tether strap that you will not be using anymore. If it is not stored safely, it could hurt your child in a crash or sudden stop. Place the booster seat in the back seat. Buckle your child in using the car's lap and shoulder belt. If there is a seat belt slot guide on the booster seat, check the car seat instruction booklet for how to use it. When your child is not riding in the booster seat, buckle the seat to the car like this, so that in a crash it doesn't hit anyone inside the car. One booster seat uses the UAS or latch to hold the booster seat into the car. Look in your booster seat instruction booklet to find out if you need to use the UAS. Some provinces in Canada have a law requiring the use of booster seats. Check the Government Transportation Authority for your province or territory for more information. Even if your province or territory does not yet have a law, your child still needs a booster seat to be safe. Do not use a seatbelt adjuster. It clips onto the seatbelt to keep the seatbelt off a child's face like this. But seatbelt adjusters have not been tested for safety. They can put children at more risk for injuries. Instead, use a booster seat to make the seatbelt fit correctly. Teach your child how important it is for big kids to ride in a booster seat. It is much easier to see out the window, and it makes riding in the car more comfortable and safe.